So I was trying to join a panel earlier and I couldn't because my internet is crap and bad service. That's what happened being a trucker, right? So it's hard for me to actually make panels. But anyway, so I was on the Gray Pill, well, listening to the Gray Pill podcast, and they were talking about like relationship. When should a man leave? When should a woman leave the relationship? So on and so forth. And PapiBlanco, one of the one of the people on the panel, he was pretty much talking about like why women shouldn't just up and break up the relationship because a man cheat. He doesn't consider men cheating as a big deal, right? And I I try to understand where he's coming from. I try to understand where he's coming from, but I'm telling you right now why I disagree with him, right? Because he's looking at it from the children are the most important thing, right? But if we're taking that into consideration, then shouldn't the well-being of the children, be greater than your desire to actually go around and be a community dick? You know, and trust me, being in a relationship is very hard. It's not an easy thing, but it's almost like a lot of men, and I used to have that perception as well, right? A lot of men expect a lot of things from their women, but they're not willing to actually expect the same from them, right? And I get it. Some women are the same way. They expect a lot from their men, but they're not willing to actually put the same expectation on themselves. Now, here's the reason why I think as a man you shouldn't cheat, right? And this has nothing to do with the kids. And PapiBlanco, this is for you, right? Because you approaching this as if like you approaching this from a perspective of, well, the woman should stay, the woman shouldn't leave the husband, shit like that, right? But what if she stay? She stay and she no longer willing to respect you. So then don't you now, as a man, as the cheater, don't you now have the obligation to stay in a toxic marriage when your woman is no longer respecting your input? It goes both way, right? So it's either like she will leave the situation because she no longer trusts you, and then therefore in not willing to, and she will no longer respect you, right? Because that's what happened when you cannot trust somebody. Then everything that they say that come out of their mouth, then you're gonna question everything, and then therefore now your submission, the submission which you are now required from your woman, you no longer have that. So then therefore, can you now be in a position to be angry at the fact that your woman is questioning everything that you do just because you stick your penis where some random chick and stuff like that, and she didn't mean anything? Now your woman is questioning everything that you're supposed to. And the funny thing about it though, right, when especially men who cheat, right, the thing about it, when you cheat, the woman used to look up to you, and now she's looking down on you. And when she's looking down on you, she can no longer respect you. And when she can no longer respect you, now, even when you're right in an argument, she can always bring that up to win the argument. Listen, that's coming from a former cheater. I know. You could be, let's say, talking about some random stuff, right? That has nothing to do with what we're arguing about. And then you're like, oh yeah, is that why you fight this bitch? You're like, bitch, I'm not even talking about that. So, if you want to reserve your right as a man, when you are right, and your woman's yapping at the mouth, because they do that sometimes, if you want to reserve the right to tell her, to look at her and be like, woman, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear your bullshit. If you want to reserve that right, then don't put her in a position where she has the moral high ground. I'm looking at it from, like, I'm telling you this from a selfish perspective. We always run around here talking about women will not submit to us, women will not follow us, women will not do this, women will not do that. A woman will not follow you if she doesn't trust you. She will not follow you unless she trusts you. She will not submit to you if she no longer see you as a superior force, because people only tend to submit to those they seem superior to. And if she no longer look up to you, she no longer have respect for you, then how can she submit to you? That's what we're looking for, right? We want that submission. We want when we come home, our woman look up to us. Our woman just give us that good food and that love and affection and all that stuff. But she won't be able to do that. Or she will be unwilling to do that. She knows that if she gives, what's the point of her giving you affection when you're just gonna go out there and screw somebody else anyway? So she might stay and she might just freaking feed you, clothe you, and all that stuff, but she's just gonna look at it as a chore. I don't know about you, but I like when my woman do things for me that she actually enjoy doing it for me. I like when my woman, like, when she like cater to me, when she does a whole bunch of stuff, she's not looking at it as in like, it's a choice or responsibility, it's a job. No, I want her to take pride in actually doing these things for me because she admires me. She wants to actually, she loves me and she wants to continue to do these things. And I also want to have that moral high ground. So then, therefore, when we have an argument or fight or disagreement, she's not gonna use my fuck up in order to actually, to win this whatever the hell we're fighting about, or to actually make it about what we're not fighting about. Because the thing about cheating, right? Here's the thing. Let's say you cheat, and now let's say your woman stay, and you gotta go through that toxic period of her trying to emasculate you at any chance that she get blah 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 because she's hurt. She try to, take it out on you, right? So then, therefore, you'll feel like crap. You go out there and what you do, you cheat again. So that's when the whole say, once a cheater, always a cheater, right? And that's where that say comes from, because you always looking for a way to gain that masculinity, and you can't really, it's harder to gain that trust back, to build that trust back with the woman that you cheated on. So it's easier to go out there to feel like a man again by, smashing some other broads. You know? So that's why if you can avoid it, not to cheat, it's best not to cheat. And if you do, it's either like you let that woman go, she either break up with you and stuff like that, or you work through that bullshit until you regain that trust again. And trust me, this part is hard as hell. It's hard as hell. Having to rebuild that trust again. It's a lot of work, man. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys who was actually asking for the woman to stay in the relationship are not willing to do that. All right, so that's all I had to say. Hopefully you guys reply to the video and stuff like that, and then I'm gonna hit you up later. Peace.